Hey guys, for Pride Month, to support me as a trans content creator, try to watch this video all the way through with me. Okay, what this video is going to be about is I want to talk a little bit about the little perfectionism project I've been doing for the last year, the giant results I've been having, and how you can beat procrastination with this one small trick that you can do anytime. Okay, this video is for you if you have trouble making forward movement into your life, whether that's in relationships, goals, careers, projects. If you find yourself procrastinating often, waiting for conditions to be perfect, spending a lot of time planning, and you find yourself frustrated, stuck with a lot of ideas or a lot of hopes for yourself to move forward, but not a lot to show for it. So there's actually one small thing you can do to actually make so much progress about this, and it's not clickbait. And I know because I've been doing it for the last year. In the last year, I've been able to get a scholarship. I've been able to play in women's sports competitions as a trans athlete. I've been able to move forward on a lot of my dreams because of this very simple thing. And I'm going to tell you what that trick is, and I'm going to explain why, and I'm going to give you a plan on how to try it. And I'm going to explain this concept of mental movements. These are movements that we do repetitively that reinforce beliefs. So in this movement that we're observing is procrastination, perfectionism. And this is what this move looks like. You have a goal to read 2 hours of books today. And you do this mental movement of, I don't feel ready enough, the conditions aren't right, let me just do it later. Movement away. You have a new relationship that might start, whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship, and the next date is up to you, and you say, well, I don't really feel good about it yet, so I'm gonna wait till later. You move away. There's an email you want to send, you have to send, you want to collab with someone, you want to apply for a scholarship, you want to inquire about the position. You get ready to type it down, and your brain says, I don't feel ready enough, I don't feel good enough, I don't have the right conditions, maybe I want to prepare. Movement goes away from the action. So do you understand what I'm saying? There's movement away from the action you're hoping to take. And the reason I describe this as a movement is that movements, once repeated, are reinforced. And it's the same principle with our minds, right? So procrastination is a movement that is reinforced every time you do it. Every small way, every big way. Whether that's avoiding an email about starting school, avoiding a text from someone you're interested in, or avoiding a textbook that you're supposed to be looking at. These are different areas of your life, but it's the same movement that we repeat. And this is what I've observed, right? So when I work with clients, I'm a healer, I'm a relationship coach, I'm a life coach for 5 years, and I am looking for new clients this fall, so DM me if you want to work together, right? But something I observe with my clients that are high avoidance, that procrastinate a lot, is they're very, very adept at doing this movement. And it wasn't just at work. They wanted to figure out their motivation issues with work and school, but I realized this wasn't just at work. It happened in their relationships, romantic friendships. This happened with tasks at work, emails. This was a movement that was repeated. There's a very simple principle here. Movements and thoughts and beliefs that are repeated are reinforced and rewarded. You do this again and again, you're going to do it more and a lot easier next time. And so this is kind of an explanation why it's very easy for you to put things aside and away, but a lot harder for you to take things on. And this seems so simple, but we want to go from this to this. What does that mean? Okay, so what that means is instead of avoidance, we want to go into responsibility taking. This movement we want to reinforce every day in our lives. And the great thing is, you don't have to do it with big emails. You can do this with very small things. So for example, I have a client that has avoided school for 2 years. That is a big avoidance. That's a big so he wants to go back to school. And I told him, pretty much, like, you had a big avoidance. You want to build tolerance to not doing that, first of all. And then the next thing that we worked on is to doing this, taking responsibility. Now what does that look like? Are you still following me here? Thank you if you are. Okay, so what I actually asked him to do was very simple. I told him to look at this thing. It's my Olivia Rodrigo bracelet. What color do you see here? And he hesitated. He's like, I think it's purple. And that is a very small example of that movement. The uncertainty in answering that showed something much bigger. Because this should be a simple question, right? This is a purple bracelet. Whether it's lavender or not doesn't matter. But because of his perfectionism, there was hesitance, self-doubt, avoidance. And I could tell he wanted to go delay it. He wanted to look actually in a color wheel to make sure his answers are correct. And I said, no. This is why you're not going to be able to go to school. It's because you haven't built your muscle of taking in rather than pushing away. So I told him, okay, I want you, before we meet next week, literally just look around you and name the colors of stuff. It seems really simple and easy, but I wanted him to do that. And he came back the next week and he told me, this is what happened. He looked around, tried to see stuff, and then it's really interesting because he noticed that he didn't want to actually name the colors. He found himself scared of naming primary colors or colors, and he wanted to actually like go to just naming things as whether they're black or white. He felt safer there, right? And this is really interesting because this shows how comfortable or uncomfortable it is to take responsibility in what a seemingly simple way. This is naming colors. No one's judging him. No one's watching him. I'm not asking him to record this. This is just for him. But right away we see someone who's very afraid to answer things, to go forward to things. So I told him, stop thinking. Answer within 5 seconds the questions that I'm going to ask you. And he did. And we saw that there is an answer. And he was able to do it. He just kept pushing it away. Right? And this really cool thing is, after we did a bunch of work in the next few weeks, he's starting to get ready back to school. And it started with naming colors. Okay, so what happened there is he started to take responsibility in a very seemingly like unimportant way. Naming colors doesn't matter, but it does practice the movement of taking responsibility and just doing it. Right? That's what Nike meant by just do it. It's like, fuck the procrastination, forget the delaying, forget the perfectionism, just answer it. What color is this? It's not lavender, it's not purple, it doesn't matter. Just answer the question. And this is what I've been doing for the last year. I used to delay everything. I wanted the perfect email, I wanted a perfect response, I wanted a perfect feeling, and I just started doing stuff. Just answer it. Even if my answer sucks, even if my email sucks, even if I don't feel ready, I just show up. And the wonderful thing that this teaches me is that it's okay for me to just show up as I am. You don't have to be perfect. That's what it's reinforced when you do this, right? You're reinforcing the opposite of perfectionism, which is just neutrality, accepting yourself as you are. And this tells you you can show up in any way, any other way than 100%. And because of that, I've responded to emails, I've shown up to meetings, I've gone to work, and I've gone towards opportunities that I would have avoided. Right? So this is what I want you to try. Any small thing. Go name a color in front of you. Go respond to an email. Do that, and your confidence will grow every time. And you will see in a month it's much larger.